That was the thing that McKenna always used to talk about, that's really what a lot of the ancient yogis were about. They were about smoking chillums of hash and then doing all these poses. And if you've ever done yoga while intoxicated on the edible variety in particular of marijuana, it's a beautiful thing.
I haven't, because I only started yoga because I'd stopped eating edible hash and all other drugs. You know, like the thing is with me, mate, is when I was taking drugs, that was what I was doing. There wasn't room for, now I might pop to yoga.
You were a fucking pro.
I was a full-time, dedicated pro, 100%. That's it, every day. You know, I can't take time out.
What was the big drug? What was the problem?
I progressed through an escalation of drug use that could be on any Republican leaflet. It's like I started with, like, kids, don't smoke pot or you will become a heroin addict. That's literally what I did. Like, I started with recreational drugs, was unable to... And the reason is this, is because it's not the fault of the drugs themselves. There's a component within me that is looking to find a solution that doesn't have... You see, when you have that perspective on going into a place and being willing to go in there and be vulnerable, that kind of thing for me, that makes me very sort of what I call hot, you know, like scared. Like that, oh, fuck. So for me, drugs were always a thing that I trusted to make me feel a little bit better. Like, and so when I was smoking weed, it was like, oh, right, there's that thing I found that makes me feel relaxed. When it became coke and heroin and crack, it was the same reason. It was an attempt to nullify, medicate, and contend with an inner sense of disconnectedness and discontentment, which I think is a thing that comes up a lot on your show in other guises, because I think that's, in some way or another, we're all looking for this sense of connection, this sense of completion. I think, in fact, the thing that led me to be a drug addict or, you know, sex addict, gambler, whatever kind of addict you are, I think the thing that's driving it is this need for connection, this sense that, is this life? Because this don't fucking seem right to me somehow, this system you've got that's living by. Like, give me the real deal. What's the real thing you're not telling me? And that's why I'm fascinated by people like Terence McKenna, who says, like, if you know, do what he called don't stay on the pedestrian levels of consciousness. There's deep shit down there. There's fascinating stuff. There's machine elves. There's corridors of kaleidoscopic wonder to explore. There's union. There's God. You know what I mean?
Well, for a guy like you, maybe that might be the best argument for trying to do it the Kundalini way, because you have to earn it.
You're right. I knew it would be harder for me. Like, I've got to do it by sort of stretching and sort of aggressive breathing.
Maybe.
Instead of hitting that DMT shit double hard, 10 doses, bashing it into my leathery old lungs.
You just take 3. You just take 3 and then you sit back. And
Tell
then
me what
you can go back in about 15 minutes. It can't be described.
It's beyond language.
Yeah, if I describe it, it's just my stubby, fucking stupid ape fingers trying to draw God with a crayon on a patch of dirt. It's not even a proper canvas.
Like, the problem of all religions.
Sure.
Just a question. If you do see what you were actually looking for, what do you think is curious? Once you're there and you discover it, what do you come back and aren't we just back to all this?
You know, you're right in a way, Jim, because I have had like moments in both sobriety, recovery, and in active addiction where I've gone, oh my God, I feel truly connected. Now, I've had a lot of those moments in what I would call unhealthy highs, like, you know, sort of sexual kind of, oh my God, this is so amazing, I want to live in this moment forever, or moments on drugs where I felt sort of pure bliss. But nowadays, I tend to find it through bloody altruism and kindness and service. Like, sometimes when I think I'm being truly useful, I feel this sense of connection. But you are right, it is not sustainable. There is no Viagra for enlightenment. You can't sort of stay hard, you know what I mean? You feel like, oh, that's it, I understand it. Right, from this moment forth, I am enlightened. That's it, I'm never going to be anybody's bitch again. I'm never going to do anything straight for the money. I'm never going to care what other people think about me ever again. That shit's behind me. But then someone will say something or someone will do something and I feel like, oh, I'm back here again. You know, it's like, I think it's very hard to capture the divine. You know, I think you get, like, I've had in my life moments of it. Like, I think when I do like the yoga, I practice yoga on my own, practice yoga this morning, there's positions where you go upside down and stuff, and I think you would, if you was just determined to describe things in a material and secular way, you'd say, well, you were just dizzy, you know, but what I feel is I go upside down, and when I come up straight again, I feel my own individual consciousness, my sense of myself, I feel it sort of disappear, like I can't remember who I am for a moment, it all goes away, and then I feel this secondary awareness in the back of my mind, like a sort of a grid, an awareness that's, and I sort of think, hold on a minute, I'm not me, there's something else inside of me. And the thing that you know, my big sort of Axe to Grind, when I was doing like that internet series, The Trues, for a while, that got me into all sorts of interesting scrapes and challenges over the last sort of 18 months, 2 years. It was the idea of, there's someone inside. Our own consciousness is not free. We are not free within our own consciousness. We've been conditioned to the point that we don't know that we're conditioned anymore. And I think that sort of, that's, you notice it in lightning rod moments when there is sort of like an election and you think, oh my God, are people really into this fucking shit? What is going on?